live. Oh, I'm live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I am Dean the Turkey Legster, and this is May the Turkey Legs be with you. Reading through some of the Star Wars stories. Tonight is Chapter 3 of the series, or Part 3. Out of what's probably going to end up being a 5-stream series. I was going for the 4 Thursdays in May, and then I have decided to extend it by 1 stream. So, June the 1st will be the last May the Turkey Legs be with you. I have some new Star Wars stories coming. And Tina says, hey, I see Dean snuck in and changed the start to 9:10. No. I don't. 9 o'clock was the start time. Pretty sure. Because StreamYard's countdown ended right at 9. So, it wasn't 9. But hello, Tina and Chuck, and hello, Dawn, Hitchhiking Bones, and hello to Mandy Adams. Welcome in, boo to you. But yeah, once upon a turkey leg, or may the turkey legs be with you, in this case is typically at 9. I know I'm kind of all over the board with some of my other stream start times. But Thursday night is usually 9 o'clock. So tonight we are in the sequel trilogy of stories, which is The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker, reading the Little Golden Books, and I'll get started on those in just a couple moments. But yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I went down to Disney. I had a lovely time. I have a couple of streams on the channel that I did down in Disney Springs and in Epcot. And while I was there, I purchased a couple of items, and I used my Baby Yoda gift card that I had given myself a few years ago. I bought this for myself with just the money that I was saving to spend at Disney. And so I bought a bunch of gift cards, all different designs, online. I think it's DisneyGiftCards.com is the site, or I think there's a way to get to there from just Shop Disney. But I wanted to mention that for anyone watching live or on the replay who might be getting ready for a Disney trip. This is a fun way to put money that you've saved to spend on your Disney trip. And this had $25. I bought $25, and I got 6 designs. I think, yeah, 6 designs of $25. And so it was $150 total. But you can put I think up to $500 on the gift cards when you buy them. And then just they're a fun way, also a secure way to make purchases at Disney without having to use your your debit credit card and have your information out there in the ethos or the universe, the galaxy. And then when they're used up, you can just keep the card and as a fun little built in as a free souvenir, basically. So anyway, you can manage your spending and then have a free souvenir. So I thought I'd mention that, and it was Baby Yoda. So I showed it. Yeah. So with that, I do want to, before I start reading, I do want to do a huge shout out to Mike Wheeler, who is a friend of the channel, and he's one of my Gobble Squad moderators. He is celebrating a birthday today, and he is celebrating it at Magic Kingdom today. My schedule kind of prevented myself from being there today. I would have definitely gone and been there with Mike. And he's there with also Russ, whose channel is What in the World with Russ. They both have had streams going today. But happy birthday to Mike. Happy birthday. Hope you have a magical gobble-tastic birthday, Mike. Wish I was at Disney with you today, but I had a fun day yesterday. Anyway, by myself, so I just wanted to mention that today, or before I start the story. So, without further ado, here is our journey into a galaxy far, far away with Star Wars: The Force Awakens. This is adapted by Christopher Nicholas and illustrated by Caleb Murrer and Mickey Rose. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. 30 years after the fall of the evil empire, an army known as the First Order threatens to take over the galaxy. General Leia Organa, leader of the resistance, needs help to restore peace. So Leia sends daring X-Wing pilot Poe Dameron and his faithful droid BB-8 on a special mission to find a map that leads to her brother, Luke Skywalker, the last of the Jedi. Poe and BB-8 travel to the planet Jakku, where they retrieve the map from Leia's old friend, Lorsan Tekka. Suddenly, the First Order attacks. Commander Kylo Ren and an army of stormtroopers capture Lor and Poe. Luckily, the pilot hid the map in BB-8 and sent the droid to find help. Hey Jennifer, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Hope you are doing well. BB-8 escapes into the desert, but the droid is soon trapped by an angry Tito riding a lugabeast. A young scavenger named Ray feels bad for the droid and rescues BB-8. Ray doesn't have a family, and BB-8 is clearly lost. So she agrees to let the droid stay with her. Oop. do 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 do. Meanwhile, on board a First Order Star Destroyer, Kylo Ren uses the Force, a powerful energy field, to make Poe realize that BB-8 has the map. The brave Resistance pilot is about to give up hope when he is rescued by a stormtrooper. FN 2187 doesn't want to fight for the First Order anymore and offers to help Poe escape. Poe and the stormtrooper climb into a Special Forces TIE fighter and blast off. "I'm calling you Finn, that all right?" Poe says to FN 2187. Just then, the Star Destroyer fires on the TIE, sending Poe and Finn crashing down to Jakku. Finn can't find any sign of Poe among the TIE fighter wreckage, so he sets off and soon finds the pilot's droid and Rey at an outpost. Finn tells Rey about Poe and BB-8's special mission for the Resistance. Suddenly, stormtroopers appear and try to capture the trio. Finn, Rey, and BB-8 race aboard an old space freighter and blast off. First Order TIE fighters chase after them. As Finn climbs into the gunner's seat, Rey pilots the freighter through an old Star Destroyer wreck. Zoom! The heroes escape into space. Unfortunately, the freighter is damaged during the wild chase. Rey makes repairs while Finn asks BB-8 to reveal the location of the secret Resistance base. Suddenly, the freighter is caught in a tractor beam and sucked into the cargo bay of a massive ship. Dun dun dun. Rey, Finn, and BB-8 hide under a grating, but they are quickly discovered by a tall man and a Wookiee. It is Han Solo and his co-pilot Chewbacca, heroes of the Rebel Alliance that helped defeat the evil Empire years ago. "Chewie, we're home," Han says to his furry friend. They are thrilled to finally have their stolen ship, the Millennium Falcon, back again. If the page will turn for me, I can continue the story. There we go. Rey and Finn are eager to deliver BB-8 and the map to the Resistance base. But first, Han and Chewbacca have to deal with some uninvited guests. The Konjik Club and the Guavian Death Gang. Han owes both gangs money, and they are eager to collect. Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. I can't lie. Ray wants to help, so she tries to close the blast doors and trap the gangs. But instead, she accidentally releases Han and Chewie's cargo, vicious creatures called Rathtars. It is just the distraction Han and Chewbacca need to make their escape. Together with Rey, Finn, and BB-8, they blast off in the Falcon. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren returns to the stronghold of the First Order, located on an ice planet. Star Killer Base is armed with a super weapon strong enough to destroy an entire solar system. Kylo Ren immediately reports to his master, Supreme Leader Snoke. The droid we seek is aboard the Millennium Falcon, once again piloted by Han Solo, Snoke snarls. No one will stand in our way, Kylo Ren vows. Before flying to the Resistance base, Han Solo lands on the planet Takodana to get a help from a friend. Maz is a wide old alien who lives in a grand castle. Maz tries to give Rey a special gift. Luke Skywalker's old lightsaber, a powerful laser sword. But when the young scavenger touches it, she has a vision of pain and suffering and runs off. So Maz asks Finn to take the lightsaber and keep it for Rey. Tina, I have a good feeling about the stream. When those gangs wanted money from Han, I started having a bad feeling about this. So the feelings change depending on what's going on in the galaxy. A spy in Maz's castle alerts Kylo Ren, and soon First Order stormtroopers attack. Soon First Order stormtroopers attack. Rey puts up a brave fight, but is captured by Kylo Ren and taken aboard his transport. Pew pew! Han and Chewie fire their blasters at approaching stormtroopers. Finn ignites the lightsaber and joins the battle. Suddenly, a squadron of Resistance X-Wing fighters, led by Poe Dameron, zooms in and saves the day. Kylo Ren and his troops retreat to Starkiller Base with Rey. Back at the Resistance base, General Leia Organa and her team come up with a plan to destroy the Starkiller base and rescue Rey. Han, Chewbacca, and Finn fly the Falcon to the First Order base and sneak inside. The trio quickly disables the Starkiller's shields. But as they try to find Rey's prison cell, they discover she has already escaped on her own. Reunited, the heroes begin placing explosive charges into the Starkiller's cooling system. Suddenly, a dark figure appears. Kylo Ren removes his helmet and reveals that he is really Han and Leia's son, Ben Solo. Han begs Ben to leave the First Order and come home with him. But Kylo Ren has been turned to evil by Supreme Leader Snoke. The villain ignites his red lightsaber and sends his father tumbling down into a deep pit. Chewbacca fires his bowcaster, injuring Kylo Ren and giving the heroes a chance to escape. As Rey and Finn race across the frozen planet toward the Falcon, Kylo Ren chases up with them. The villain knocks Rey unconscious, but Finn wields Luke Skywalker's lightsaber to protect his friend. Unfortunately, the former stormtrooper is no match for Kylo Ren and is quickly defeated. But before Kylo Ren can deliver the final blow, Rey awakens and uses the Force to levitate the blue lightsaber into her right hand. With the Force as her ally, the young scavenger reveals herself to be a powerful warrior. The lightsaber battle comes to a sudden end when explosions create a deep crater between Rey and Kylo Ren. Chewbacca flies in on the Millennium Falcon and helps Rey carry the injured Finn on board. The heroes blast off, just as Poe Dameron and his X-Wing squadron fire their torpedoes at the Starkiller. The First Order's superweapon is destroyed. Back at the Resistance base, BB-8 projects the star map to Luke Skywalker's location. Unfortunately, a crucial part is missing. Luke Skywalker's old astromech droid R2-D2 suddenly reactivates and reveals the final piece of the map. Rey and Chewbacca blast off in the Millennium Falcon and follow the map to a beautiful planet covered by blue water and green islands. They land on a mountain. Rey climbs a stone staircase and meets a hooded figure. The figure lowers his hood, revealing the face of Luke Skywalker. Rey hands the Jedi Master his old lightsaber. There has been an awakening in the Force, and young Rey knows that she has an exciting future ahead of her. That is the end of The Force Awakens. And now on to our second story tonight, Star Wars: The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi. This is by Elizabeth Schaefer, illustrated by Alan Batson. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the evil First Order was taking over the galaxy. The brave Resistance tried to stop them, but First Order Star Destroyers had the heroes on the run. The daring pilot Poe Dameron and his squadron of X-Wing fighters defended the Resistance fleet, allowing them to escape into hyperspace. Meanwhile, General Leia had sent a young hero named Rey on a special mission to the distant planet of Ahch-To to find Leia's brother, Luke Skywalker. Luke was the last Jedi, a master of a powerful energy field called the Force. Leia hoped Luke would help defeat the First Order once and for all. Just when it seemed that the Resistance was safe, the First Order found them. The villains had a special machine that could track the Resistance anywhere. As long as the machine existed, the Resistance would never be safe. General Leia's son, Kylo Ren, led the First Order attack on the Resistance fleet. Kylo was once a student of Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, but the supreme leader of the First Order, Snoke, had turned Kylo Ren to evil. The Resistance hero Finn used to be a stormtrooper and hated the First Order. But Finn was worried about his friend Rey, so he decided to leave the battle to find her. When Finn tried to board an escape pod, a technician named Rose zapped him with an electro-shock prod. She told Finn that Rey could take care of herself. The Resistance needed him. Together, Rose and Finn came up with a plan to stop the First Order's tracking machine. But the machine was on the biggest and most dangerous ship in the First Order fleet. They needed help to get past the security systems. The two heroes blasted off to the beautiful city of Canto Bight to find the master codebreaker to help them. Poe Dameron's droid, BB-8, decided to help too. That's the crowd of characters on Canto Bight. Meanwhile, Rey's mission was not going well. Luke refused to help the Resistance, and he wouldn't train Rey in the Force. Rey's friend and co-pilot, Chewbacca, made himself at home, though... Wait. Hold on. Rey's friend and co-pilot, Chewbacca, made himself at home, though. At home on the island, though, I'll get through this, don't worry. The Wookiee even made some new friends. But everything changed when Luke's droid R2-D2 showed him an old hologram of Leia asking for help. Hi, Mary. Welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. Luke might not have listened to Rey, but he couldn't ignore his own sister. So Luke agreed to teach Rey. Rey began training every day with Luke. But as Rey grew stronger, she started connecting with Kylo Ren across the galaxy through the Force. Rey began to wonder if she could save Kylo from the dark side. At Canto Bight, Rose and Finn had crashed their ship on a beach, and the police threw them in jail before they could find the master code breaker. But inside their cell, the two heroes met a strange man named DJ who helped them escape. Rose and Finn jumped onto a speedy creature called a Fathier and raced through the city away from the police until they reached a cliff. Rose and Finn were stuck. DJ and BB-8 had arrived in a ship to rescue Rose and Finn. DJ said he could sneak them into the First Order's main ship for a price. As DJ flew Finn, Rose, and BB-8 towards Supreme Leader Snoke's ship, Rey was growing anxious on Act 2. She wanted to help her friends in the Resistance and try to save Kylo Ren. Luke still would not leave the island, so Rey climbed aboard the Millennium Falcon with Chewbacca and R2-D2 and flew away. Kylo Ren was waiting for Rey on the First Order ship. She told him to leave the First Order and join the Resistance. But Kylo told Rey that he thought she would be turned to the dark side. He brought Rey before his evil master. "Come closer, child," Snoke snarled, pulling Rey toward him with the Force. Meanwhile, DJ had helped Finn, Rose, and BB-8 sneak onto Snoke's ship. But before the heroes could disable the tracking machine, they were discovered by Captain Phasma and her stormtroopers. All right, well, here is Rey and Kylo in front of Snoke. And then here is Phasma and her troopers with their prisoners. DJ cut a deal to escape, but the stormtroopers captured Finn and Rose. Just when it seemed that the heroes were doomed, a big AT-ST walker started firing all around the ship. BB-8 had taken control of the walker to save his friends. Finn grabbed an electrostaff and fought off the stormtroopers. He even defeated his old commander, Captain Phasma. Then Finn, Rose, and BB-8 jumped onto a First Order shuttle and blasted off to freedom. Not far away, Kylo Ren watched Snoke hurting Rey. Kylo knew he had to do something, so he destroyed his old master. Kylo and Rey even worked together to defeat Snoke's powerful red guards. But instead of joining the Resistance, Kylo asked Rey to join the First Order and help him take over the galaxy. Rey knew that she and Kylo would never be on the same side, so she took off with Chewbacca on the Falcon to find the Resistance. Meanwhile, Finn, Rose, and BB-8 had rejoined the Resistance on the planet of Crate. The heroes were hiding in an abandoned base in a big cave. But soon Kylo Ren and the First Order arrived with gigantic AT-M6 walkers. Poe, Finn, Rose, and a small group. Poe, Finn, Rose, and a small group of Resistance fighters tried to defend the base in old ski speeders, but they were outnumbered and overpowered. Luckily, Rey and Chewbacca arrived in the Millennium Falcon just in time, blasting First Order TIE fighters. But the First Order was too strong, and the Resistance had to retreat into the cave. When all hope seemed lost, a robed figure appeared. Luke Skywalker had returned to help the Resistance. Rey's determination and bravery had inspired him to join the fight. Kylo was furious. He drew his lightsaber and charged onto the battlefield to destroy his old teacher. While Luke battled Kylo, Poe and his friends searched for a way out of the cave. They followed strange crystal foxes through the tunnels deep inside the cave. The foxes slipped into a small opening beneath giant boulders, but it wasn't big enough for the heroes to escape. They were trapped. Rey sensed that her friends were in trouble. She and Chewie flew the Falcon through cave after cave, searching for the Resistance. TIE fighters tried to stop them, but they were no match for Chewie's fast flying. Chewbacca and Rey landed the Falcon outside the cave. They quickly found their friends trapped behind the boulders. Rey used the Force to lift the enormous rocks, blocking their escape. Everyone was free. Suddenly, during his duel with Kylo, Luke vanished. The Jedi Master had never left Ahch-To Island. He had used the Force to project an image of himself on Crate to distract Kylo so the Resistance could escape. But Luke had used up all his energy to save the Resistance, and so he became one with the Force and was at peace. Soon all of the heroes were blasting off in the Falcons to safety. Rey asked Leia how the Resistance could possibly defeat the First Order now. "We have everything we need," Leia said, gesturing to all of their friends surrounding them. Rey knew Leia was right, and as long as the heroes had hope, they could bring peace to the galaxy together. And that is the end of our second story tonight, The Last Jedi. All right, bear with me 1 second, my friends. Take a little sippy sip of water. And now to our third and final story tonight. Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. All right, so the cover was illustrated by Caleb Murrer, and the interior illustrated by Alan Batson. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the Jedi Rey trained in the ways of the Force with the help of her droid friend BB-8 and General Leia Organa, the leader of the Resistance. The evil First Order, led by Leia's son Kylo Ren, who had fallen to the dark side, was growing in power. But the Resistance refused to give up in their fight to free the galaxy. There's Rey training with BB-8. And then the Resistance. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren used a Sith Wayfinder to travel to a hidden planet called Exegol, where he discovered the evil Emperor Palpatine. Many years before, Leia and a group of rebels had defeated the Emperor. But somehow, the Sith Lord had returned. The Emperor promised to give Kylo Ren an enormous fleet and all the power he needed to rule over the galaxy. But first, Kylo had to defeat Rey. Kylo assembled his elite band of warriors, the Knights of Ren, and had his old mask reforged. He was ready for anything. Rey and her friends Finn, Poe, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and BB-8 blasted off in the Millennium Falcon to find a second wayfinder that could lead them to Exegol, so they could stop the Emperor. Um, their search began on the desert planet of Basana, where they met the rebel hero, Land. Okay, I came back. Let me start this page over. Lando told them they might be able to find a clue in an old relic hunter's abandoned ship in the desert. Before the heroes could thank him, though, the First Order arrived. As jet troopers blasted from above, Ray and the others made a daring escape in speeders. Ray and her friends ended up in the sinking sands. One second. Let me clear this up. Okay. In the sinking sands that pulled them down into a dark tunnel. There they discovered the old relic hunter's speeder and a dagger with the location of a wayfinder carved into it. With the location of a wayfinder carved into it in Sith markings. C-3PO could read the message, but his programming wouldn't let him say it out loud. Suddenly, the heroes ran into a giant, scary snake creature. Ugh. Ray saw that the creature was hurt and used the Force to heal it. There's the dagger. And there's the giant, scary snake thing. The friends managed to escape from the tunnel, only to be spotted by Kylo and the Knights of Ren. Rey used her lightsaber to take down Kylo's TIE fighter, then used the Force to pull a First Order transport back to the ground. Kylo pulled at the transport through the Force too. Suddenly, lightning launched from Rey's hands, and the transport exploded. Rey was terrified by her own power. Wow. Before they left Pasana, the friends were helped on their mission by a little droid named D.O. Named D.O. The heroes flew to the snow planet of Kijimi, where Poe's old friend, Zori Bliss, led them to a droid smith named Babu Freak. The small alien fixed C-3PO so he could tell them the location of the wayfinder inscribed on the dagger. The wayfinder was hidden on the ocean moon of Kef Bur, in the wreckage of the Emperor's old Death Star, a superweapon that had been destroyed by the rebels long before. There, Rey and the others met Janna, who had once been a stormtrooper just like Finn. She warned them that the ocean was too dangerous to cross to get to the wreckage. Ray knew they didn't have any time to lose, though, so she snuck off and sailed across the dangerous waves herself. Me too, Don. I need to rewatch these. Ray soon found the Wayfinder in the Death Star wreckage, but Kylo Ren was waiting for her. He tempted her to join the dark side. He told Ray the evil Emperor was her grandfather. No! Ray cried. She ignited her lightsaber and battled Kylo as the ocean waves crashed around them. From across the galaxy, Leia used all of her strength to call out to her son through the Force, using the name she had given him, Ben. As Leia became one with the Force, Kylo was distracted, and Rey knocked him to the ground. Leia was gone, and Rey had hurt her son. Quickly, Rey healed Kylo using the Force, then fled in his ship. She felt alone and scared. Had Kylo been right? Would she turn to the dark side? Meanwhile, Kylo was visited by the memory of his father, Han Solo. Han reminded his son that it wasn't too late to do the right thing. The young man threw his red lightsaber into the ocean. Kylo Ren was gone forever. He was finally Ben again. Rey flew to the desert planet Octu and set fire. Rey flew to the distant planet Octu, set fire to Kylo's ship, and tossed her lightsaber into the flames. She was determined to hide on the island forever. Suddenly, Jedi Master Luke Skywalker appeared through the Force, holding her lightsaber. Luke was Leia's brother and Rey's former teacher. Confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi, Luke said, presenting her with a second lightsaber, Leia's. Luke's words made Rey realize that she had to face the Emperor. She grabbed Kylo's Wayfinder from the burning tie. But the ship was destroyed. How could she leave Octu? Suddenly, Luke used the Force to raise his old X-Wing fighter from the bottom of the ocean. Rey had everything she needed to save the galaxy. Using the Wayfinder, Rey flew to Exegol. She shared the coordinates with the Resistance so they could attack the Emperor's massive fleet of Sith starfighters. Finn and Jannah, riding creatures called Orbaks, attacked the main ship's navigational tower that was directing the Sith fleet. The heroes fought bravely, But then they were outnumbered and were almost defeated. Suddenly, ships from across the galaxy arrived. Lando had convinced friends and allies to join the fight. "The whole galaxy's here," Poe cheered. There's the fighters. And then there's Lando. As the battle raged above, Rey confronted the evil Emperor, her grandfather. He urged her to join the dark side, but Rey would not give in to fear and hate. She was a Jedi, and she was not alone. Ben had arrived to help her. Rey sent Luke's lightsaber to him through the Force, so Ben could defeat the Knights of Ren. Together, Ben and Rey stood against the Emperor. But that was exactly what the Sith Lord wanted. "The power of two restores the one true Emperor," he hissed as he drained Rey and Ben of their life force and flashed deadly lightning from his hands. The Emperor was strong, but Rey would not give up. She called upon all the Jedi of the past for help through the Force. Then she deflected the Emperor's lightning back into the Sith Lord with Luke's and Leia's lightsabers, defeating him once and for all. We hope. Rey had used all of her strength to defeat the Emperor, so Ben passed the last of his life force to her, saving her as she had saved him back on the Death Star. Finally at peace, Ben became one with the Force. With the Emperor and his terrifying fleet destroyed, the galaxy was free once more. Rey traveled to Tatooine to honor her Jedi teachers, Luke and Leia. They had given her all the strength and guidance she needed. Rey knew that no matter what the future held, she wouldn't face it alone. And that concludes our third and final story tonight, The Rise of Skywalker. And all right, that'll do it for the stream tonight. Thank you all for joining me for May the Turkey Legs be with you. I hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. The series will continue next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are done with the 3 trilogies of Star Wars, but I've got the next 2 streams will be 2 sets of 3 other fun Star Wars stories. So I hope you'll come back to listen to those next Thursday. If I sound a little different, it's because I'm kind of dealing with a little cold thing or allergies, or my body is getting rid of something like a detox thing. It's really interesting. But anyway, Hopefully that clears up for next week. Join me Sunday for Drumsticks After Dark. We're going to have fun time talking about something, I'm sure. And then Tuesday will be Newsflash Disney. That is at 8:30 p.m., where I will be covering some of the Disney news that has come up lately. And I will also be commenting on the news that just dropped today, Star Wars related, that dropped today. If you follow the news, you know what I'm referring to, but I'll be commenting, sharing with that, and commenting on that headline from today. Yes, thank you, Don. Check me out. Look me up. If you're on Facebook, the Turkey Legster Hub is a slowly growing, very slowly growing community. I'm trying to get going for creators, connecting and supporting each other, and even non-creators as well. Also, Instagram, Dean the Turkey Legster. Also, the Newsflash Disney that I just mentioned. I have an account that I just opened that I'm going to be Newsflash Disney, the stream may be being discontinued before long, and I'll be moving that to be Instagram based. And so follow at put it in the chat at Newsflash Disney on Instagram, and then eventually it's gonna my sharing the news is going to be Instagram exclusively, but join me for the next for the time being. I'll still be live on Tuesday for Newsflash Disney, but yes. What else? And yeah, so coming up in June, starting Sunday the 4th through Sunday the 11th, that week, I'm taking a little sabbatical, and I will not be doing any streams. So that's going to affect 2 Drumsticks After Dark, 1 Newsflash Disney, and 1 Once Upon a Turkey Leg. So be aware of that. And like I said, I was at Disney yesterday. I'll be sharing about doing a little quick recap on Sunday, and then I'm looking to be back at Disney not next week, but the week after, on the 31st, 17th, 24th, yeah, the 31st of May, that week, like 2 weeks. I'll be back down at Disney doing a little. There may be 1 stream. I have 2 streams up from yesterday on the channel. And anyway, thank you for watching again, whether you're live or on the replay. Thank you for watching. If you're on the replay, let me know in the comments. I'll reply to you as soon as I can. Tina was over here thinking, hey, what about me? I don't understand. Send me a text, Tina. I'm not sure what you're getting at. Anyway, have a great night, and thank you for watching. And remember, the Force will be with you always.